Hi, my name's Dr. Fran Gibson. I'm the course director of the Biomedical Science programme here at St George's. First of all, I want to say congratulations on holding an offer for the programme. It started in 1999 and I've been directly involved in the programme for the last 10 years and course director for the last 3. We've continuously updated the curriculum and we've introduced a 4-year MSci integrated programme also. In September 2017, we're launching a totally new programme, and the key feature of that is choice. So you have the choice to decide your final year pathway, which will reflect your specific interest and your potential future career. Kate.
Thank you, Fran. My name's Kate Everett and I'm the Academic Admissions Tutor of Biomedical Sciences, which means that I assess every application that comes in for the programme. Now, you're holding an offer with us, which clearly means that I've looked at your application and decided that you're exactly the sort of student that we want here at St George's on the programme. Now, it's been a particularly competitive year, so that reflects even more highly on your calibre. Over the next few minutes, Fran and I are going to tell you a little bit more about the programme and its flexibility that Fran has alluded to and exactly what makes it a really attractive programme. In the first 2 years at St George's on the Biomedical Science programme, regardless of which particular route you may start on or indeed think you'll end on, every student studies exactly the same series of modules covering the basics in pathology, physiology, anatomy, personal and academic skills, which includes writing, career advice, data analysis skills, for example. And then after those first 2 years, there is the ability to start thinking about this specialisation. And this depends on the modules, the taught modules that you select in that final year. So you can exit with a classic biomedical science degree programme, and that will be your exit award, BSc Biomedical Science, or you can in fact choose to exit with a biomedical science degree with a certain speciality. So that might be in anatomy or genomics or global health. And this depends entirely on the particular combination of taught modules that you choose to do in the final year. So this is how, as Fran was saying, that you have this level of flexibility. This is all about those particular taught modules which you choose to do. And we really do our best to make sure that you can do whatever it is that you wish to do. So as I say, you can come out with either the BSc in Biomedical Science or Biomedical Science with a particular specialist award.
And those different degree titles will demonstrate to your future employer your specialisation in year 3, which should improve your ability to get employment.
Exactly. As well as this, there's an alternative route, which is the particularly new and exciting route that is not offered anywhere else in the country, which is the BSc in Clinical Bioscience. And again, the students on this pathway will follow exactly the same programme in the first 2 years, which includes in the first 2 years a little bit of anatomy, for example, that is related to physiology and understanding of basic physiology. But if you go down the clinical bioscience route, then you'll really focus much more deeply on clinical anatomy. You'll also gain particular skills in clinical communication. And this is because this pathway is designed for those students who have a specific interest in medicine. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. The final pathway that's available is this very exciting MSci that again Fran was talking about, which is a 4-year programme. Again, the first 2 years are identical, but then there are different specialist modules that you take in your 3rd year to enable you to then do an extensive research project in your final and 4th year. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about this.
We have our first students graduating from that programme this summer, which is very exciting.
Absolutely. So another really new and exciting development that we've made on the programme, and this we think will really enhance career opportunities for students, is the opportunity to undertake a professional training year. So this is an opportunity between your 2nd and 3rd year, essentially to go into industry and get hands-on work experience. This might be an unpaid or paid, but there's a range of opportunities which are available to students to look at. We help and support you in developing your CV and interview skills, for example, in preparation for this across the first 2 years, and then you'd apply for one of these industrial placements. There are a range of places where you may end up, and this actually might include working in Europe as well. So there's a very, very exciting range of opportunities for you there. And this would look particularly good, obviously, on a CV and enhance your CV.
And those placements that we have already organised will only grow over the years.
Absolutely. And then upon completing that year, then you come back into our academic programme and finish off the BSc or the MSci or whatever it is, the particular pathway that you wish to follow. So just returning to the clinical bioscience pathway, this will be perhaps particularly of interest to those of you who down the line actually do want to do medicine. And this route enables those students who may wish to attempt to transfer on our programme. We have a particular transfer route, which if you're a biomedical science student here, you can apply to go straight into our second year of our 4-year graduate medicine scheme. This is quite competitive. You have to be achieving certain academic level and you do have to go through interviews. But if you're successful in that application, then you will go into that clinical bioscience pathway in your 3rd year. And that's where you pick up those specialist modules in anatomy and clinical communications and so on, which will prepare you brilliantly for then going straight into a graduate medicine degree straight after you finish your BSc in clinical bioscience. This is only available for students doing biomedical science at St George's, this transfer into the 2nd year of the graduate scheme, which essentially allows you to skip a year of graduate medicine. Others of our students, as they do now, but we'll imagine more of our students on this clinical bioscience route, perhaps you're not successful for the transfer, but you can still use this as incredibly good grounding for then going on to the graduate medicine scheme at other institutions or indeed here at St George's. It'll really put you above other applicants.
Absolutely.
So that's the clinical bioscience route. You may also, of course, complete your clinical bioscience degree, and then some students still look at the 5-year undergraduate programmes at other universities as well. Either way, it stands you in good stead. And the final option open to you is the MSci in biomedical science. And this is for those of you who are particularly interested in a career in research science. So in your final year, you do an extended project, much bigger than if you're doing a BSc. And then indeed, there's the opportunity to actually spend that entire year in Europe, which is particularly exciting. We are the only university in London which offers this MSci in biomedical science, and we really do feel that it will provide you with a competitive edge when applying for PhDs afterwards, or indeed applying for jobs in the pharmaceutical industry or similar. So that's all about the different pathways.
So in summary, why should you come to St George's to study biomedical science? Kate, I think we can probably summarise that in a couple of points, can't we? St George's is a very unique university. You know, all of the courses are related to healthcare and science. So all of the students are studying very similar subjects. It's a very supportive environment. And our students do comment on that, don't they?
Yeah.
And also because we're very integrated with the hospital, some of the teaching is done by clinicians in addition to scientific academics. You will also have the opportunity to gain experience in diagnostic NHS labs as well as going on clinical attachments during the summer holidays. So you'll gain a lot of experience along the way as well as following your programme.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in September.
Thank you very much.